Ever feel like you're just a step behind in the whole AI conversation? Well, we're going to fix that right now. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down the absolute essentials of AI, machine learning, and LLMs. And nope, no 4-hour lecture required. We're just boiling down the key ideas from Google's own beginner's guide to get you up to speed. And artificial intelligence, it's not just one thing. The best way to think about it is like an entire field of study, just like physics or biology. It's the whole universe of trying to make machines smart. Okay, so inside that huge field of AI, there's a really important branch called machine learning. So if AI is the whole field of physics, then you can think of machine learning as something specific, like thermodynamics. It's a specialized area within that bigger discipline. And this is where things start to get really practical. And we can zoom in even further. Inside of machine learning, there's this incredibly powerful technique called deep learning. And this is the engine that's running behind the scenes of the most advanced AI tools you're hearing about every single day. Okay, so the best way to picture this is like a set of those Russian nesting dolls, right? AI is the biggest doll on the outside. You open it up, and inside is machine learning. And then right there at the very core is deep learning. And that core, that's where the magic behind tools like ChatGPT and Bard actually happens. See, it's not so complicated when you see it laid out like that. Next section, learning from data. Now that we have our map, let's zoom in on what makes machine learning tick. I mean, how does a machine actually learn? Well, it all comes down to one thing: data. So in a nutshell, a machine learning model is really just a program. You basically feed it a ton of data, it trains itself by finding all the patterns in that data, and then, and this is the amazing part, it can make predictions about brand new stuff it has never, ever seen before. So how do they learn? Well, there are two main ways. First, you've got supervised learning. This is where we give the model super neat labeled data. Think of it like a folder of photos where every single one is already tagged cat or dog. The model just learns from those labels. But then you have unsupervised learning. This is where the model gets a giant, messy pile of unlabeled data, and its job is to just figure it out, to find the patterns and create its own groups from scratch. Okay, next up, inspired by the brain, we've talked about machine learning. Now let's go into that inner doll, that core, deep learning. And this is where things get really, really cool, because this tech is actually inspired by the way our own brains are structured. You see, deep learning's power comes from something called artificial neural networks. These things are built with layers of interconnected digital nodes that are designed to work a lot like the neurons in our brain. And the basic idea is pretty simple. The more layers you add, the more powerful it gets. Each new layer lets the model see more complex and abstract patterns. Now, this brain-like structure allows for this really clever method called semi-supervised learning. Think about it. A bank trying to spot fraud can't possibly label every single transaction. It's just way too much data. So what they do is they label a tiny fraction, like say 5%, as fraudulent or normal. The model learns the basic idea of what fraud looks like from that small labeled set, and then it intelligently applies that knowledge to the other 95% of unlabeled data. It's so efficient, and for a lot of industries, this is an absolute game changer. Okay, this next part, this distinction is absolutely crucial. It's the difference between an AI that just sorts information and an AI that can actually create something brand new out of thin air. It really just boils down to this. A discriminative model's job is to classify stuff. It looks at a photo and slaps a label on it. Dog. Simple. But a generative model, oh, it goes so much further. It learns the very essence of dogness from looking at thousands